Here's a deep, rarely told angle on cocoa in Ghana, the classroom version, but a story people don't usually hear. The man who smuggled Ghana's future in his pocket. Everyone knows cocoa made Ghana famous. Few people know it almost never happened. Long before cocoa farms covered Ashanti and the western lands, cocoa was not meant for Ghana. It was guarded, protected, treated like a secret weapon by foreign plantations. The world remembers cocoa as a crop, but it entered Ghana as an act of quiet rebellion. The part they don't emphasize, Tete Korshi was sent on a government mission. He was sponsored. He was celebrated when he left. He was a blacksmith, a man who understood metal, fire, patience, and precision. That matters, because cocoa is not planted by force. It's planted by understanding timing. When Korshi traveled to Fernando Po, today's Bioko Island, Equatorial Guinea, cocoa was just growing there. It was controlled. Europeans knew its value. They didn't want Africans growing it independently. So when Korshi decided to return home, he did something bold and dangerous. He hid cocoa seeds on his body. No ceremony. No announcement. Just a man carrying a future no one could yet imagine. The risk nobody talks about: if he had been caught, the seeds would have been destroyed. If they failed to grow, history would forget him. There was no guarantee Ghana's soil would accept cocoa. No certainty the climate would cooperate. No promise anyone would support him. And here's the forgotten truth: when the first cocoa trees grew, people laughed. Farmers didn't rush in. They mocked the slow-growing trees. They called it a waste of land. Food crops gave fast results. Cocoa demanded years of silence before reward. Korshi planted anyway. That is the part missing from most stories. Cocoa came to Ghana through patience, not profit. The quiet tragedy: when cocoa finally proved itself, the world rushed in. Colonial systems organized it. Export markets claimed it. Wealth moved, but not evenly. The crop that lifted Ghana also taught a painful lesson: you can introduce greatness and still not control its reward. Tete Korshi didn't become rich. He became foundational. And foundations are often buried, not praised. The untold meaning: cocoa didn't come to Ghana because foreigners were generous. It came because an African believed his land could compete globally. Cocoa is not just a crop. It is proof that Ghana's biggest breakthroughs didn't begin in offices, they began with individual courage. A man. A few seeds. A country that didn't yet know what it was holding. And that is why cocoa is still Ghana's story, not because it makes money, but because it began with belief before validation.